at JP Morgan starting right now because of prominent figures in the finance arena like Grant Cardone calling for people to pull their money because an analyst at JP Morgan has come out and said, hey, Monster may be delisted from top exchanges or top indexes like the NASDAQ 100 and others if their digital assets cross over 50% of their holdings. And this is all of a sudden on X, sparking tons of speculation if truly hundreds of thousands of people are about to start closing their accounts. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Hope you're doing well. We are at the scene, the location of the filming of Jurassic Park. How do you like that? Let's all sing the song. JP Morgan's in trouble. Sorry, okay. Look, there's a lot going on here. Gotta put a link down below to the Black Friday sale of all my courses. I even have a couple courses priced at $9, just so you can get a taste of what it's like to pay a little bit of money, get a lot of knowledge, save money, make money, and go crush it, all right? So, JP Morgan. I'm reading your comments already. They're great. Keep it up, everyone. So, this analyst at JP Morgan's come out and pretty much kneecapped Monster. And this has set ablaze to a lot of Bitcoin enthusiasts are saying, hey, cancel, close your accounts. Grant Cardone is one of the most prominent people that have come out and said, hey, I've closed my accounts. I went across the street and reopened them up at Wells Fargo because of this. Now, you know, Grant Cardone is a staunch supporter of Bitcoin. He came into it a little bit later on in life, but figured out what it was all about and really likes it. Well, what's interesting to me is that there seems to be this coordinated effort to move the price of Bitcoin down. And I don't believe there's going to be a run on JP Morgan anytime soon. I think they're fully capitalized enough to where you're not going to have any issue. But it's interesting where people are. Let me ask you this. How does anybody here like Wells Fargo? Type 1 if you like it. Type 2 if you're like, Wells Fargo is no bueno. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not banked with Wells Fargo in about 15 years after I found out all the shady stuff they were doing with making up fake accounts. On top of that, it was about 10 years ago. On top of that, I don't bank personally at Bank of America. And if you think that B of A sucks, type it down below. Because of the fact that when I had a bank account there and I would need help, they would require my social security number. And I said, well, wait a minute, hold on. There are people that that aren't from America, that aren't paying taxes, that don't have a social security number. So what happens there? They said, oh, if you don't have a social security number, you just move through the line and we'll deal with you. So I don't like Bank of America either. So say BFA sucks if you agree with that. Now, as far as JP Morgan is concerned, it's really interesting because this is just an analyst. There's a bunch of people on X freaking out and whining and blah, 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 blah. I think that you're going to see in the next 12 months, do me a favor, type yes or no if you agree with this. You're going to find out all this information about JP Morgan actually not only custodying Bitcoin, but they're going to have some of it in their treasury. I believe that's going to happen in the next 12 months. And it's going to be like, well, wait a minute, hold on. I thought Jamie Dimon hated Bitcoin. I thought he loathed everyone that has it. And I don't think people understand that wealthy people, including institutions and banks, when they like something, they don't go out and tell everyone like the retail market does. They don't go tell their family and friends. They're out there buying it up, trying to smash the price, buy up more and more of it, and then they let it go. And JP Morgan knows better than anyone when I tell you that we can see exactly how much Bitcoin everyone owns, the wallets. We can see if they're shrinking, if they're expanding. It's like a big heat map, right? And it's important to understand this. You're going to see in the next 12 months, JP Morgan come out and go, we think it's freaking awesome. Yeah, we own a bunch of it. All those news stories back there, that was just to get you to sell it. No, they'll never tell you that. But I do believe that's going to happen. And I think it's very, very important that you realize this. Anyone on a blockchain, especially Bitcoin, you can see all of the wallets. There are actually programs out there that show you how much all the wallets have, and you could see where the Bitcoin's flowing throughout the world on a world map. You could see if the average wallet is getting more Bitcoin in it or if it's leaving. That information, like what I taught about XRP. Guys, everyone, type XRP if you remember me talking about how to track the whales, the top 100 holders of XRP. You go on to XRP Scan or their wallet setup, and you watch those. And when the biggest wallets are growing, that's extremely bullish. All right. You see news stories all the time. Whale sells XRP. Well, what's really a whale in XRP? Really? A lot of people listen to a headline and they go and dump it because they're idiots. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You guys aren't idiots. Anybody watching this dork right here, it's not just, I know you're here for the view, but like, you get it. Most people don't. Most people buy crap they know nothing of. Let me tell you a story. I had a student the other day screaming and yelling and cursing on an email to me. And he said, I bought one of your picks. I bought your $2,000 course. And technically, what I did is my fault, not yours. But I put 60 grand into the first pick, and now it's worth 10. Well, the cool thing is the ninja has the ability to go in and see what this schmo watched. And he didn't watch one video. See, this is the epitome of Moronicville. Moronhood. I don't know what else to say. But there are people out there, and these are the people that listen to headlines and they go running, right? It's not very hard to win in crypto when you have the data. Unlike stocks, you have the data to be able to watch the size of the wallets, how many people hold an asset, are they adding, are they selling? Bitcoin right now, the retail small wallets are selling. It's happening in all of the coins, not only the cryptocurrencies, but also the altcoins, right? They're getting shook out. And then I'm hoping for another shakeout down to the mid 70s in Bitcoin so we can take out a bunch of other stuff. And then we're going to go buy more. Guys, can you do me a favor? Everyone that's a student of mine, and there are a lot of you, and you are incredible, the ones that actually watch the videos. Can you do me a favor? Let everyone know what the courses are like. I want to make people all around the world wealthy, but you can't do it with a hot tip. You need education, which leads to conviction after you do your due diligence. If you can let everyone know that down below, and I've got some stupid deals. Like I've got a couple mini courses on real estate for $9, just to get people sort of understanding what I'm trying to do. And then once they see the value proposition, you'll go deeper. And then we're gonna go from here to the next level. In 2026, we're gonna see yet another boom in crypto. We're gonna take that money, we're gonna move a little bit into precious metals at a special time, and then we're gonna go really big into a special type of real estate. And if you think about it, the last 4 years, a lot of you have went along with my crazy plan, getting inflation hedges like, you know, silver and gold and Bitcoin. You got out of debt, and I said there's this moment where we're going to strike, and 2026 is that moment. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go look at where the Jurassic people live. I heard there's a pterodactyl up there. I had to pay extra for that. Hopefully you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out. See you guys.